I was placed in special education. I believe after 2 years, the teacher who was um working over me saw that I was extremely intelligent and said to my parents, "This kid has is really intelligent and has a really bright future, and he should be placed in general education." Mm-mm. But with that in mind, my parents put me in general education. There was a little bit of pushback from administration because a person with disability, it's uncommon. It's uncommon for them to be put in general education, and they were afraid that I wouldn't be able to collaborate. And their thoughts were obviously not realized, and I ended up doing really well in my general education classes because in middle school my father died, and I didn't really have his support. Um, so now it was only me and my mom, and my mom doesn't think that well English, so it essentially gave me fighting for myself in high school. And mm, I was very determined to take AP classes, and essentially the whole publication was that they were only providing support in regular general ed classes, but they weren't providing support in AP math classes because that was out of the norm. And, and I struggled to take I took sorry, it's like really in the past, but also like it's hard for me to like get because it was really tough time for me. I I remember feeling really mad because I wanted to be. I knew I had the ability to take advanced classes, but because I was born with this disability, I wasn't given the opportunity to challenge myself, and I was very frustrated at the time. And my first year I decided to take all regular classes after my advanced teacher told me that I shouldn't be in this class because me as a disabled person wouldn't survive in an advanced class. And I just was like, okay, I'll switch to all regular classes. The next year, that whole year I was so bored out of my mind. I would sit there and my teachers would say, you don't, this is not the class that you need to be in. You're way below your academic standards." And the next year, I pick an AP class without the support, and I went for it. I made a ruckus at the school, and I got my all the support I needed by my second halfway through my second year. After that, I ended up getting an A in my AP class. I scored a perfect score on the AP test. And then the next year, I took two other AP classes, two or three, and I scored fives and fours in those AP tests. And this year, I'm taking four AP classes, and I'm waiting to take the test. After getting my accommodations, after proving, after doing all the fighting, my high school was was really open to helping me all the way through, and they were really open once they saw that I had the willpower to get what I needed. And, and after that course, I mean, I really felt like everyone at the school was really supportive of everything I did. But I will say that the the schools would rather have you conform to their standards instead of conforming to what you need. Because of the same person never really take an AP class like me at my school, they'd be like, that's not allowed. And instead of saying, okay, although you're disabled, you have the opportunity if you want to. And I definitely believe that if you have the willpower and you have the want to take an AP class, you should be given that opportunity with the proper accommodation. And I know a lot of people with disabilities get bullied, and I never really had that experience at my high school, my elementary school, middle school. Everyone at my school was always supportive of me, always welcoming me, and I that really helped me feel like, okay, I was welcome. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I know what I'm doing is right. I know that's not the case at other schools, but I think that the community at Plum Valley, the community at Evan French is very tight knit. I knew that the only school that was probably willing to provide me those accommodations that I required was Stanford University or UC Irvine, and they were both in California. I went for it. After I got accepted, it was really I got accepted to Stanford, and it was a crazy experience because I actually didn't believe I would get in. Uh, I don't have amazing grades. I have like a 4.1, but compared to other students, it isn't the craziest thing in the world. So when I got in, I was ecstatic. I was running around the room. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I got into Stanford." Um, after my enjoyment died down, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to Stanford now. I gotta go contact the disability office. I gotta go do all this stuff. Make sure that transition is as clean as possible." I set up an appointment with the office. I got myself registered. And then that's where the conversation began. Where do I get that scribe that I need? The beginning conversation was no. They can't give me a scribe because it was considered personal service. And once again, I got extremely frustrated because I got into the school on my own merit. I got into the school, but my tenacity and willpower to work as hard as I could, and I'm going to have to fight again to get the accommodations. And it was just absolutely frustrating. So I did this whole media campaign discussing to the public, hey, this is what Stanford's doing. This is why it's wrong, and this and how is this going to improve my future and other students in the future with disabilities. I got a lot of turnout. I got a lot of signatures, and I got a lot of support, which was insane to me. And I mean, the petition that is on right now, I think it has like 80,000 signatures, which a big number for me. Um, and it was really humbling. At this moment, they secured everything for me. They give me they give me a really really good scholarship, and I'm going 2022. I'm taking a gap year right now. I'm on I'm on this journey at the moment to try to drive. I wanted to drive my whole life. Right now I'm on like this really intensive driving program, and I took a gap year knowing that I want to become more functionally able before I go all the way to San Francisco.